an institution, more often than not, what we see and what my mother sees in the advocacy work that she does is we see a lot of parents who just are not like you, who are just not willing to follow through because they know it's just too difficult, and they just, they just get beaten down by the system year in and year out. And it's becoming a bigger and bigger problem. The schools are getting worse and worse, and fewer blind people in the United States are attending university. So, and then of course, and then I work, right? And then I pay taxes, and then some of that money goes to support some of the blind people who are either unable to work, won't work, lost interest in work, So, I mean, it's pretty personal to me. It's a fairly offensive issue. Because in the end, we're going to have a system and a society where the blind people who went to university are going to be taking care of the other blind people who couldn't. So it's a major issue in the States, without any doubt. Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah, yeah. Because in America we get money like once a month, like social, like a welfare, similar to welfare. We get something like that once a month, and
Yeah.
and then we have a lot of people who take advantage of it and things like that. So that's a whole nother crisis, a whole nother situation. Mm-hmm.
There's a lot going on, isn't there?
Without doubt. So, with the remaining 15 minutes, so specifically, what job does Ashley want to do with horses?
So actually, one of the positives that have come out of this whole situation is quite a few people have been in touch with possible job opportunities that she could pursue. One of them is horse massage. So there is the leading guy in the UK for this particular type of massage, and I won't try and say it because it's Chinese and I don't know how to pronounce it, but yeah, the leading guy in the UK is actually blind. And this is something Ash is really interested in. But I mean, she's only 17, and she what she knows for certain is she wants to work with horses. She knows there are avenues she can take, but first of all, we have to get the important thing of getting her the qualifications she wants to get. So she's definitely got a few things she's very excited about.
Wonderful. So good. So yeah, and that's the other thing. I mean, obviously, if someone in the audience has this degree, it would be overly obvious to them. But to me, I studied international studies, so it's not obvious to me. What is like? So after Ashley completes this course, like, is it a degree? Is it like a certificate? What does the course license her to be able to do?
So this is really an access course. So it's kind of like a foundation level, and then you can add different levels on top. So she's hoping to go on to do level 2, and then from there are different options she could go down. But it's kind of a first qualification that she gets following leaving school, and then you just keep building on them, really.
I see. Until you get a job working in this field, whether it's the massage, as you said, or maybe some other type of job within this, I guess, equestrian, field. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. There's lots of options. She went to meet a lady who's looking to bring guide horses over to the UK. So I believe that you've got some guide horses in the US, but we've been watching for years to see whether it would come over to the UK. And that might be something Ash would be interested in getting involved in. Or horses are used in therapy a lot as well. That's another a possible avenue she could explore in terms of using horses to either with the elderly or with disabled or with children. There's a lot of possibilities that appeal to her.
Great, lovely. So has Ash taken many holidays overseas?
Yeah, so we actually Ash and I both go to Portugal. We go to Albufeira as often as we can, because there's an amazing riding school out there who have totally embraced Ash, and she has a favourite horse out there, Gabby, whose owner Karen is just amazing, and we try to do a riding holiday every year or every couple of years, and the staff there are amazing. We love them. So we're hoping that lockdown will lift so that we can get to go maybe the back end of this year.
Yeah, yeah. With the, I think with the, I recall with the Brexit thing that affected England's standing in the EU, but I think probably you can still get into Portugal fairly easily
Yeah.
nowadays. Yeah. Yeah. That would be good. Maybe someday Ash could maybe work in Portugal, and work at, with these people who really care and really want to, as you say, really want to embrace her. I mean, a lot of it is you kind of have to obviously address this, until address this until you get the outcome you want, but also you kind of, Ash will find out as she starts to work and go through things that you also have to find out what people are you supposed to be around. You kind of have to surround yourself in the right environment from in the first place. So.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it can't all be a battle, can it? Sometimes you have to be like, these are my people, this is my tribe, these are the people that can see who I am.
Right.
And find those people who will accept and give her the grounding to shine and be who she wants to be.
That's precisely. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Definitely. Yes. Well, that's all really good. Has Ash ever participated in Travelize, by the way?
No, she hasn't. She's done she's been on do you know Victor? Is Victor in America? Or
I don't know.
There's a charity in the UK that does holidays for children. Well, it's what age was it? I think it was 14 to 18, and so she's been abroad with them. She went and did like this historical trip out in Poland and going around Auschwitz. So that was with other young people, and I think she'd definitely love to do more holidays with them post 18 as they continue for young people. And yes, that's what you tell me about. So what's this? I've definitely heard of this other holiday place. What's it called? Something art?
Travelize. Yeah.
Is that where you have a guide or?
Kind of. Yeah, they're the organization that's based in Leeds, and or I'm pretty sure they're based in Leeds, and they form travel groups of half-sighted people. Like half the group are sighted people, the other half are blind people, and they like travel in a big group to different interesting locations all over the world. So I've done 3 holidays with them. I did Amsterdam, I did Swaziland, and I did a riverboat cruise where I took my sighted brother as a guide on it, and he really enjoyed that. So now we're just waiting for them to open up again so they can keep doing trips, but it's a lot of fun. It's a really
wow. Leeds is just on our doorstep, so I'll definitely have to look them up.
Well, you don't even have to be standing on your doorstep. You can look them up while sitting right there in your living room. They're on Facebook or anywhere. They're on everything. And it's really not what people think. It's really not sighted people like pulling blind people through destinations. It's not like that at all. Not remotely. It's just a big group of people, usually about 20 people. Half and half, 10 blind, usually 10 sighted, and you just go, and it's like an organized tour with extremely action-packed itineraries where it's like a 12-hour itinerary. There's not a breath of, there's very little downtime, so it's a very action-packed, a very active tour. And someone who's, sounds to be very active and outdoorsy like Ash, she would probably love it.
Oh,
then
definitely.
she might have. Now I have no idea about this. You might have to be 18, but I'm not even sure. Um, but I as an American blind person, I would highly recommend them, and I'm not even British, so I think it's a British company that I would support all the way in America. So they must be good, and plus, as you say, they're right on your doorstep, so it's easier for you to support them. So you
Absolutely.
can easily look that up. But I sincerely hope that they get back into the swing of things in a couple of years, and that they do a couple holidays. Yeah, I don't know. For me, I mean, I speak French, so French is my second language. So I love going to France or anywhere that speaks French. But I'm also fascinated by Greenland, Iceland, Faroe Islands. The Arctic world. So I hope that someday they'll do an itinerary that at least includes some Arctic adventures or something like that. I know they've done Finland, but it's kind of like I'm looking for more isolated Viking kind of world where there's some old settlements. I also love archaeology, so
Oh,
um,
cool.
yeah, and I've been to Poland. I've not with Travelize. I took another organized trip to Poland to go to Oświęcim in Polish, which in German is Auschwitz. That's why they call it Auschwitz, as in Oświęcim in German. Um, and yeah, I've been there, Austria, really all over Europe, and then that couple
Oh,
places.
I really want to
Yeah,
go to Austria. That sounds, is it
yeah.
lovely?
Um, Actually, it was not my favorite place.
Oh,
Um,
okay.
Everyone there. The thing with Austria is if you cannot speak German, there's not really much to do, and they I mean they're extremely kind, but it's just not as touristy as some of the other places. It's more about studying long term there, maybe living there long term, but it's not really a tourist trap. And almost no
Okay.
one wants to speak English, or I mean they wouldn't even speak French, so I don't know, there wasn't much wasn't no, it's not my people can't speak French. It's not my problem. It's an easy language. I don't know why people can't speak French, but apparently the people in Austria won't speak it, so I don't know. There's not much to do. Not much to do. Glad you're so entertained by all of this, and I hope that this episode inspires people. With the remaining 3 minutes before I end the recording, I'm going to give you 3 minutes to basically give a ending and some ending words of hope and inspiration. And basically, this was Aaron's opinion, and I'm glad that you enjoyed this episode. But what are your words of inspiration?
I guess my outlook on everything that's happening with Ash at the moment, I want to focus now on change, on what people can do, on uniting people within a community, really, and give a platform where people can use their voice to demand change. Certainly within the UK, I believe that we can do this, and I believe that the general public are essentially good, and that this is a cause that they believe in. And I really hope that you know Ashcan, which is essentially a story of just one girl and one college, I really hope that it can lead to more change and inspire other people to take action. And I want in Ash's lifetime that there's a dramatic change in attitude towards people who are blind and people who are disabled.
Excellent. And I look forward to be able to sharing that page. Is that just a page or is that a group, by the way?
So yeah, it's a page. I did do a group next to it, but I didn't really know which one to do, and so people started posting on the page.
Oh,
So
oh no, wait a minute. Wait, no, no, no. Do the group because my mother wants to join the group, so do the group.
okay. I'm not social media savvy yet, so I'm learning as I go.
Right. So we at Aaron's Opinion on the other side of the pond, we're helping you. So I'm telling you, if you do a group, then people can continuously share experiences, and you can do group calls, and you can have meetings with all the people who have been affected by this problem. So yeah, my
Amazing.
advice my advice is keep maintaining both of those pages, a page, a group. You should obviously have your own podcast. Ash should have her own podcast so that she can talk about these issues. In this case, on a very odd note,